Hello everyone. We will start today the second Vinyasa class, Vinyasa in English, which normally is run in Velvet Yoga Studio. Sit down comfortably. Make sure that you can feel the sitting bones touching the ground. Start concentrating on your breath. Stretch your whole spine. Stretch your neck as well and open up your chest by rolling your shoulders a little bit to the back. But while opening up your chest, bring your lower ribs in. Start breathing very slow and very deep. With each inhalation, expand your whole chest completely in every possible direction. And on every exhalation, at the end of it, try to bring your navel towards the spine. And start rolling your head around your neck in one direction first. Do a full cycle. And change the direction. Keep stretching the neck at the same time. And come back to the center. On the next inhalation, raise the right arm up and put the left arm on the floor. And exhale, bend to the left side, stretching the whole right side. Inhale, come back up and stretch. And exhale down. And inhale, raise the left arm up and stretch. Exhale, bend to the right side, stretching the whole left side. Inhale, come back up and stretch. And exhale down. Inhale, raise both arms, interlock your fingers, and stretch. On the exhale, put the left hand on the right knee, twist, and the other hand behind you. Twist gently. On the inhale, stretch your spine even more. And exhale, come back to the center. And inhale, both arms up, interlock your fingers, and stretch. And exhale, right hand on the left knee, the other hand in the back, and twist gently. Inhale, stretch your spine even more. And exhale, come back to the center. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers, and stretch. On the exhale, bend from your hips to the front. Keep bending, and when you cannot bend anymore, put your forearms on the floor and drop your head down. Relax your shoulders, relax your arms, and your neck. Leave the head completely loose. Concentrate on your breathing again. And on the next inhalation, interlock your fingers, stretch to the front, and slowly come back up. And exhale, lower your arms. And stand up in Tadasana. Put your feet together. If this position is not comfortable for you, you can also put your feet at the level of your hips, the distance of your hips, more or less, if you feel more stable. Otherwise, both feet together. And again, stretch the whole spine, put your hips in neutral position, not too much to the front or to the back. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers, and stretch from your hips all the way up. Make sure the whole torso is stretched, both the sides. And exhale, keep the stretch in your body, but lower your arms slowly. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers, and stretch. On the exhale, put your arms to the sides and to the front, palms up. Inhale, come back the same way, to the side and up, interlock your fingers and stretch. On the exhale, release the grip, arms to the side at shoulder, to the front at shoulder level and to the sides. And inhale, come back the same way, interlock your fingers and stretch. And exhale, lower your arms slowly. This is a full shoulder rotation. We are rotating our shoulders in every possible direction, making the joints really healthy. One more time. Inhale, interlock your fingers and stretch. Exhale, arms to the side and to the front, palms up. Inhale, come back the same way to the side and up. Interlock your fingers and stretch. Exhale, release the grip, arms to the front and to the sides. And inhale, come back the same way, interlock your fingers and stretch. And exhale, lower your arms slowly. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. On the exhale, put your hands on the opposite shoulder blades. On the inhale, open up your chest even more, push your elbows to the back. Exhale, stay and bring your lower ribs in. So this part goes in as if you wanted to bring your navel towards the spine. And inhale, stretch your arms again up. Exhale, lower your arms. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers, and stretch. On the exhale, bend from your hips all the way down. Just gently bend your knees and drop your head down. Bend your knees in a way that your stomach is lying on your thighs. So if you have to be here or if it's just here, just choose the position that is appropriate for your body type. And on the inhalation, stretch your arms and stretch your back. Look in front. Put your hands somewhere on your tibia so that they are not in the air. Exhale, bend down one more time. Bend your knees, drop your head down. Inhale, stretch one more time. And exhale, bend one more time. Drop your head down. And stay for one breath, trying to stretch your legs even more, but without bending the back. Keep your lower back especially straight, and the head is trying to reach the floor by stretching the spine. And on the next inhalation, interlock your fingers, bend your knees, stretch to the front and come to the chair pose. Stretch your back. And exhale, lower your arms and stretch your knees. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. On the exhale, bend from your hips one more time, all the way down, drop your head down. You can bend your knees gently. And now on the next inhalation, bend your left knee and stretch your right leg, raising your right arm towards the ceiling and opening up the chest to the side. Exhale, come back down, bend both knees. And inhale, left hand up and left leg is stretched. Open up your chest to the side. Exhale, come back down, bend both knees. And one more time, inhale, stretch the right side arm towards the ceiling. Exhale, drop your head down. And inhale, left side is opening and the right knee is bent. And exhale, come back down. And on the next inhalation, slowly roll your back all the way up, little by little, until you completely straight up. And we will do the heel pose. So we'll be lifting the heels up. We'll do it first in two steps. So on the next inhalation, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch from your hips all the way up. On the exhale, raise your heels, stretch your feet, try to keep the heels together. Inhale, come back down. And inhale, exhale, lower your arms. And inhale, this time, both movements at the same time. So raise your heels and raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. And now try to stretch your feet as much as you can. And on the next exhalation, slowly lower your arms and lower the heels, but try to keep the heels as long in the air as possible until your arms are completely down. Okay, and come to the front of the mat. We will start stand salutations, and again, as on the previous video, for those who were watching, you can choose your own version, either the one with plank and with cobra, or the one with half chaturanga or chaturanga, if you want, and the outward dog. So first, stand in Tadasana. Again, concentrate on your breathing. You can start breathing with Ujjayi if you're familiar with this type of breathing. And on the next inhalation, raise your arms, interlock your fingers, and stretch from your hips all the way up. You can even bend gently to the back. Exhale, bend from your hips towards the front. Drop your head down. You can bend your knees gently. Inhale, stretch your legs, stretch your back, look in front. Put your hands somewhere on your legs. And exhale, plank pose or half chaturanga. So half chaturanga was knees on the floor and then chest towards the floor, but the hips stay up. And on the inhale, move your chest to the front to cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward dog. Bend one knee and stretch the other leg. And bend the opposite one. And walk a few times like that to stretch the back of the legs. Push off the mat and at the same time with both your hands. And then bend both knees together, just gently. And on the next exhalation, try to stretch them out, but just as long as your back stays straight. It's not starting to round. If you can also lower the heels on the floor. And on the next inhalation, come to the front with both feet. Stretch your leg and stretch your back one more time. Look in front. And exhale, bend down completely. You may bend your knees, drop your head down. And inhale, interlock your fingers and stretch to the front and slowly come back up. You can do it with bent legs. And exhale, lower your arms. And inhale one more time, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. Exhale, bend from your hips all the way down. Drop your head down, you can bend your knees gently. Inhale, stretch your back, stretch your legs, look in front. Exhale, plank pose or half chaturanga. And inhale, upward dog or cobra, lower your shoulders, stretch your back. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. And come back on the exhale. And inhale, left leg up. And come back on the exhale. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, come to the front. Foot between the hands. And inhale, warrior one. Interlock your fingers and stretch. Exhale, arms to the side and to the front, palms up and stay. Tilt your pelvis and bring the lower ribs in, but keep the chest open and keep the shoulders low. Don't squeeze your neck. And on the next inhalation, come back the same way. Stretch. And exhale, open up your hips to the side to warrior two. Spread both your arms, one to the front, the other to the back, as if someone was pulling you by both hands. And on the next inhalation, come back to the front with your hips, interlock your fingers and stretch to warrior one. And exhale, come back to plank pose or half chaturanga. And inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, downward dog. And inhale, left leg up. Exhale to the front. Inhale, warrior one. Interlock your fingers and stretch. Exhale, arms to the side and to the front, palms up. And again, stay for a few breaths. Make sure that your hips are facing the front. If you need to, lift your heel up in order to do that. And bring your lower ribs in. And don't squeeze your neck. Leave the chest open. And inhale. Come back up, interlock your fingers and stretch. And on the exhale, open up your hips to the side. You can put your heel down now because our hips are open, and spread your arms to warrior two. And again, stay for one breath, bring your lower ribs in, tilt your pelvis, and make sure that your knee is not going to the inside. And on the next inhalation, the hips are going back to the front. Interlock your fingers and stretch to warrior one again. And exhale, plank or half chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, downward dog. And stay for one breath. Push off the mat with both your hands. Make sure your fingers are completely spread as much as you can. And on the next inhalation, raise the right leg up. Exhale, put it in the front between your hands. And inhale, warrior one. Interlock your fingers and stretch. Exhale, warrior two. Open up your hips to the side. Spread your arms. And inhale, stretch the front leg. Reach with right hand to the front. stretching the whole side. And on the exhale, put your arm on your tibia and the other one towards the ceiling. Trikonasana. Make sure that you're not leaning to the front. Make sure your hip is open, and as if your back was lying on an invisible wall behind you. And make sure both sides are stretched. So if this makes you being rounded here, you can go a little bit higher. And on the next exhalation, come back to the front to half chaturanga or plank pose. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, downward dog. And inhale, left leg up. Exhale to the front. Inhale, warrior one. Interlock your fingers and stretch hip to the front. Exhale, open up your hips to the side to warrior two. And inhale, stretch the front leg. Stretch the whole left side. And put your left arm on your tibia, the other arm up the ceiling. And again, make sure that you're stretching both sides in the same way and that you're not leaning towards the front. Go a bit higher if that's the case. And on the next exhalation, come back with both hands to the floor to plank or half chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Open up your chest, lower your shoulders. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale. Stay for one breath. And inhale, right leg up. Exhale, put it in the front. Drop the left knee down, stretch the left foot. Make sure you have more or less 90 degrees angle on your front leg. And on the next inhalation, stretch the right arm towards the ceiling, opening up the chest to the side. And exhale down. Drop your head down and round your back. Inhale, left arm up, opening up the chest to the side. And exhale down and round your back. And one more time. Inhale, stretch your spine and right arm to the ceiling. Exhale down, round your back. And inhale, left arm up to the ceiling, stretch your spine. Exhale down and drop your head. On the inhale, move to the front by bending the front knee, stretch your spine, look in the front. And exhale, moving with your hands to the back. Go as far as you can in order to sit on your heel and stretch at the same time the right leg. Flex your foot. And inhale, stretch your spine, open up your chest. And exhale, walk with your fingers to the front just as much as you can in order to stretch the lower back. And when you're at your maximum, drop your head down. But don't round your back. Keep it straight and the chest open. Stay for one breath. And on the next inhalation, come back to the front. Bend the knee again. And exhale, come back to plank pose or half chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Open up your chest. And exhale, downward dog. And inhale, left leg up. Exhale to the front. And put the knee on the floor, stretch your foot. Make sure you have more or less 90 degrees in your left leg. Drop your head down first, and on the next inhalation, lift your left arm up the ceiling, pushing off the mat with your right one. Exhale, come back down. And inhale, right arm up, open up your chest to the side. Exhale down, drop your head down, round your back. And inhale one more time, left arm up. And come back down, drop your head down, round your back. And inhale, right arm up. And exhale down. On the inhale, bend your left knee, look in front, stretch your back. And exhale, move with your fingertips to the back, stretching the left leg and trying to sit on your right heel. On the inhalation, stretch your spine a bit more, open up your chest. And exhale, move to the front, gently stretching your lower back. And when you cannot go any farther without bending your back, drop your head down and stay for one breath. Very slow breath. And on the next inhalation, come back to the front by bending your left foot. And exhale, come back to half chaturanga or plank pose. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Stay for one breath. And inhale, 4-point position. And come lying on the floor. Put your forehead on the floor and the whole leg stretched on the floor. Put your hands, stretch your arms in the front. And on the next inhalation, lift your head by leaving your hips on the floor and lift your arms and your feet, stretching them at the same time. Exhale, come back down. And this time put your arms along your body. And one more time on the inhale, make sure that your hips, your pubis is touching the floor and your thighs as well. And on the inhalation, lift your head up and try lifting your shoulders and your legs as much as you can. And exhale down. And put your hands next to your chest. On the inhale, come to the cobra pose. And exhale, sit on your heels, stretching your arms to the front. On the next inhalation, walk with your fingertips towards the front to stretch your back even more as much as you can. And on the exhale, put your forearms on the floor, drop your head down. The forehead is touching the floor. Try to relax. And on the next inhalation, come back to 4-point position. Cross your legs in the back and slowly helping with your hands, sit behind them, stretching your legs in the front. I will just move straight to you so that you can see better. Okay, and first Dandasana. Put your hands on the sides, stretch your whole spine. If it makes you bend your back a bit, you can put a little blanket or maybe a block under your sitting bones. Open up your chest, stretch your neck. And on the next inhalation, raise your arms, interlock your fingers, and stretch from your hips all the way up. And on the exhale, keep the stretch in your torso, but lower your arms slowly. And inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, put it on the opposite side. Inhale, raise your left arm, stretch your whole spine. And on the exhale, start twisting. Put your arm behind your thigh, the other hand in the back. Twist a bit more. And now on every inhalation, stretch your back a bit more, as if you wanted to reach up the ceiling. And on every exhalation, try to twist just a little bit more. And now make sure you're not leaning to the back or to the front. If you're leaning to the front, it may mean that your shoulder is not yet enough open. You can also use this grip in order to push off, to twist even more. And if you're leaning too much towards the front, put maybe your hand closer to your spine to lift up here. And on the next inhalation, come back to the front. Put your foot on the same side, on the right side, and a little bit apart. Make sure again that you're stable. You can feel the sitting bones touching the floor. And on the inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers, and stretch. On the exhale, bend just gently first towards your leg. And inhale, stretch to the front and all the way up. Let your arms lift you up. Stretch one more time and exhale, bend from your hips all the way down. And then put your arms on your leg wherever you can. Maybe it's just your calf, maybe it's your ankle, maybe it's your foot. And on every inhalation, again, try to stretch the spine, especially the lower spine. And on every exhalation, by bending your shoulder, your elbows to the sides, try to bring your stomach a little bit closer to your thigh. And make sure that your right leg is not falling down. Keep it close to your shoulder. And on the next inhalation, interlock your fingers, stretch to the front and slowly come back up. Exhale, lower your arms, put them a little bit behind you, and fingers facing the front. And on the inhalation, counter pose. So lift up your hips by pushing off the mat with both your feet and your hands and drop your head to the back. Exhale, come back down slowly and stretch both legs. And Dandasana again. And inhale, bend your left knee and put it on the opposite side. And inhale, raise the right arm up, stretching the whole spine. And exhale, twist, put it behind your thigh, the other one in the back, or the arm around your leg. And again, on every inhalation, try to stretch even more, as much as you can towards the ceiling. And on every exhalation, when the stomach area is a bit softer, try twisting a little bit more. Keep the front foot flexed. Keep opening up the chest and lower your shoulders, not to squeeze your neck, not to be all tense. Make sure that the exhalation is quite slow The inhalation can be blocked here, but we can exhale very slowly and gently. And on the next inhalation, come back to the front, stretch your back. And put your foot on the left side again and in a little bit of a distance, more or less at the level of your hips. And inhale, raise your arms, interlock your fingers and stretch. On the exhale, bend just gently first towards your straight leg. On the inhale, come back up again and stretch as much as you can. And exhale, bend from your hips all the way down. Put your arms wherever you can reach on your leg. And on every inhalation, try to stretch your back even more. It's very difficult here, but try anyway, especially the lower back. And on every exhalation, where your stomach is a bit softer and smaller, put your elbows to the sides and try to lower down a little bit more. Make sure again that your left knee is not going down. Keep it close to your shoulder and keep your shoulders at the same level because the left one may be lifting up here. Try to bring it down. And on the next inhalation, interlock your fingers, stretch to the front and slowly come back up. And exhale, lower your arms. Again, put your hands behind you in a little bit of a distance. And on the next inhalation, by pushing off the mat with your with your hands and your feet, lift your hips as much as you can. Drop your head to the back. And exhale, slowly come back down. Stretch both legs and put your feet together. Grab more or less your ankles. And on the inhalation, stretch your whole spine. Open up your chest. And on the exhale, by bending your elbows to the outside, try bending down without bending the lower back. Keep the lower back stretched. And then when you're at your maximum, put your arms loose on the floor and drop your head down. Here you can allow your back to be a bit rounded. You don't need to force it. Just drop your head down loosely and relax your shoulders, your arms, and allow the gravity work just on your legs, on lowering down your legs. And on the next inhalation, grab your ankles again, and by straightening up your arms, by straight up your back as well, come back up. And exhale, put your knees together using your hands gently. And come a little bit to the front of the mat on the second half, let's say. On the inhale, stretch your back. And on the exhale, slowly roll your back on the floor little by little. Until you lie down, stretch your neck as well. And put your feet as close to your glutes as possible. And put your whole arms on the floor, palms touching the mat. Make sure that your shoulders are a bit rolled to your back, meaning lying on the floor. And on the next inhalation, push off the mat with your whole arms and your feet to lift up your hips, just gently first. Make sure your shoulders are lying down. Exhale, come back down. And inhale one more time. Push off the mat to lift up your hips. And exhale, come back down. And you can do the shoulder stand if you're familiar with it. If you do it easily, you can do the full position. Otherwise, you can do the variation of either just lifting your legs up, like that, your feet and your whole legs are resting, or you can use the block to be a little bit higher, put it under your sacrum, and lift the legs up vertically towards the ceiling. And then, if you're used to the position, you can do the full shoulder stand, and we'll do a few movements in it. You can start with Halasana in order to prepare the shoulders, or you can go straight to the shoulder stand, whichever you prefer. Try staying first for a few breaths. And then on the next exhalation, lower the right leg down. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, lower the left leg up, down. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, lower both legs to the sides, toes facing the floor. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, feet together in Baddha Konasana. Bend your knees to the sides. And inhale, stretch your legs. Stay for one more breath. And for the next exhalation, lower them to Halasana. Straight legs behind your head. You can put your arms on the floor and maybe put the palms together. And if you want to go out, make sure you do it very gently with a slow, controlled movement, putting your spine little by little on the floor, doing a little massage for the spine at the same time. And put your feet apart and put your knees together. Put your hands on your stomach and stay for 2 breaths. And grab both legs. Put your arms around. And on the next exhalation, push your legs towards the floor, towards your chest, flattening the whole back on the floor. On the inhale, release the grip a little. You take some air and exhale one more time. Push your legs towards the mat, flattening the whole back on the floor. And inhale, release the grip. You can move it to the front, to the back. You can move to the sides in order to massage your lower back. And then put your feet on the floor. And slowly come back to the sitting position, either by your right side, by rolling to your right side, or just by rolling to the front. And we will do a little pranayama. So make sure you're sitting comfortably. Now it doesn't have to be it shouldn't be a tense position. So use any help that you need, maybe a cushion, maybe a blanket or a block, whatever you need in order to be comfortable, but at the same time that your back is stretched. And we will do the pranayama with alternate nostrils breathing. So this for sure you can do. And combined with Ujjayi breathing. So if you're not familiar with the Ujjayi breath, whenever I will say Ujjayi, you can just exhale through both nostrils open. But make sure in any case that the breath is very slow and very steady. And try to make it as long as possible. We'll be breathing for around 5 seconds. First, concentrate on your breath, the natural breath. Make sure it's calm. And start breathing very deep and very slow. You can use now the Ujjayi breath. We will start with inhaling through the left nostril. So first exhale completely with Ujjayi. And inhale left nostril. Hold. Exhale Ujjayi. Or both nostrils open. Hold. Inhale right. Hold. Exhale Ujjayi for both nostrils open. Hold. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale Ujjayi. Hold. Inhale right. Hold. Exhale Ujjayi. Hold. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale Ujjayi. Hold. Inhale right. Hold. And exhale Ujjayi. And come back to your natural breathing. Observe the air for a moment. And slowly open your eyes and prepare for Shavasana, for the relax. Now get something warm, maybe a blanket, or just put your socks on, put a sweatshirt, because you may lose the heat quite fast. In Shavasana, put your legs a little bit apart and your arms as well. Put them on your sides, make sure your shoulders are open, and put your arms with the palms facing the ceiling. Make sure that your neck is stretched as well. Put your chin slightly towards your chest. And you can move your head gently to one or the other side, whatever feels comfortable for you, as long as you don't feel tension in your neck. And first concentrate on your breath, but don't try to control it now. And relax your feet. Relax your calves. Relax your thighs. Relax your hips. Relax your stomach and your lower back. Relax the muscles between your ribs. Relax your chest. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms and your hands. Relax your neck. Relax your jaws, your cheeks. Relax your eyes. And relax your forehead. Take a deep inhalation and very slow, purifying exhalation. And one more time, inhale very deep. And exhale, releasing all the tension from your body. And start moving your hands, your feet in order to wake your body up. Put your feet on the floor, bend your knees. You can stretch if you want. And slowly, whenever you're ready, come back to the sitting position by either rolling on your right side or by rolling towards the front. And sit comfortably again. Put your hands on your chest in Namaste and drop your head down gently. Say thank you to yourself for this practice, for giving this time to yourself, to your body, and to your mind. Put your hands back on your thighs, head back in the center, and slowly allow your eyes to open. Namaste. Thank you very much. I hope everything was okay. Now you can give me feedback about the sound, the video, and I will see you next time, next Friday at the same time. Thank you.